And I'm going to turn it over to Rob, who's going to talk about his exciting product that we're partnering with.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm President of Parabit Systems. Really excited about being selected to work with Seattle Airport, and very much looking forward for the deployment of the QR code application, as well as potentially a future deployment of digital touch points to increase the acceptance and the use cases of allowing passengers to dynamically see different information being displayed within the kiosk with various different types of Q codes to handle a multitude of use cases. It's a very technical application that we're implementing, and I have a list of things that I'd like to go over with you, but we're very excited about the presence of Parabit Systems. Our largest space is the financial community. Airports is our second community. Financial industry is calls us the Disney of technology. If you can dream it, we can make it. The mobile kiosk and video concierge platform is going to provide location-specific customer service for staff as well as customers, through the passenger journey throughout airports. Multilingual support is an incredible feature that will allow international customers and domestic customers to get an incredible experience for support through any of their needs as they walk through the airport, and arrivals and departing passengers. It also optimizes staff, because now you can engage your volunteers that are at home, because calls from the QR code can be directed to volunteers as well as staff. Centralized call centers, Chris is developing. It also consolidates and reduces, as well as makes efficiently supplementing the need for physical staff during all peak hours. So you can really streamline and optimize your support, centralize it to make it more efficient for your staff, and handle, as we all know, it's difficult to find people to work these days. So, to be able to have that flexibility where you can route calls to anyone, no matter where they are, to provide this type of support is an incredible feature that the Teleportivity application provides. Also, providing customer feedback. One of the major solutions that's available through it is that as you can put QR codes in your bathrooms and various different touch points in order to get feedback on whether a customer liked or didn't like or moderately liked something. The customer can scan the QR code and then actually enter information into their mobile app to give you a much more meaningful impact or feedback on what their experience was as they're migrating through your facilities in your airport. You mentioned 60 languages. Today, the Teleportivity application is currently deployed at Portland Airport and Logan Airport, and we as a company have it implemented in several interactive digital signage kiosk programs that we're quoting with various airports, as well as a few welcome center projects that we're working on. Recently, I was just last week at the ISC West Security Conference, and Teleportivity won Best in Class for their new ChatGPT application, where you can actually talk into the phone. It'll convert your conversation into the language of the customer service operator that's going to receive your call, and they can either text you back in your language or speak back to you to give you the support that you need, which I think is a phenomenal feature that the application provides. The consolidation of these types of services into a mobile app, since everybody is hostage to their mobile phones, I think is an incredible way to engage people, since that's where most people's time they're spending looking at their mobile phones. As airports are going through various different types of relocation of concessions, construction projects, QR codes and displays can be deployed to help people navigate. So if they're accustomed to finding something in a location, instead of them meandering where that location is now, they can scan the QR code where it is, and they can bring up a wayfinding application and bring them to where, whether it be a Sky Priority Lounge or a restaurant that they're accustomed to. So it really helps with a lot of different use cases, which I'll get through to towards the tail end of my discussion. We always build sensors into our digital touch points to determine, one, what are the impressions that particular content is being displayed on the phone. But from the teleportivity perspective, if a customer walks up to a kiosk that has one or two or multiple QR codes on it, but it's not engaging the kiosk, system can be automatically configured that it can connect to an operator and be proactive, and then an operator remotely can ask how can I help you. So we find that is an incredible feature set within the Teleportivity application to provide best-in-class customer service to people that are engaged in various services and looking for services within an airport. So here's a depiction of how the QR codes will be deployed throughout Seattle. This is the initial phase of the project within their key points that they have identified where they would like to provide the service. And this could easily be expanded by the generation of additional QR codes, and these basically will be decals. But as our partner Teleportivity has advised us, as well as Seattle, that after they've experienced the first few months of utilizing the QR codes, they strongly recommend deploying a digital platform so that way QR codes can be updated remotely, and provides a much more flexible deployment system for being able to provide additional information, notifications, and various different types of services that the application can provide. This is just a depiction of some of the solutions that we deployed. The one on the left is a recent welcome center that we designed, fabricated, installed, we monitor it, and we maintain it at the LaGuardia Airport Terminal C. This is a perfect application for the Teleportivity solution to be deployed on. And on the right, you'll see the two kiosk applications that we presented to Seattle for future deployment, a single and dual-sided kiosk where you can deploy multiple QR codes with integrated sensors in order to really engage the customer, provide a wealth of information, a wealth of access to various services on airport, off airport, gives you the opportunity to be able to engage events and attractions off airport to bring them into the airport, potentially driving more advertising revenue for the airport, as well as helping small businesses within your area to also gain additional business from passengers as they're exiting the facility. Some of the extensive use cases that Teleportivity provides, as we mentioned, visual concierge, wayfinding, accessibility support, maintenance requests, customer approval surveys, security assistance, reservations, event information, dining recommendations, hotel and local attractions, car rental, town car, ride share services, hotel reservations, airline communications with the airlines. If there's a canceled flight, the Teleportivity application can be utilized to help passengers that are frantically booking another flight. They can scan the QR code or engage the digital signage to immediately get connected to the airlines to have a much better experience about either booking a hotel or booking an alternate flight in order to get to the final destination. Emergency response, finding facilities and concession hours, parking information lost and found, promoting historical information about the area or the actual airport itself, as well as any artwork that may be deployed within the airport while someone is waiting for their flights. So it's really a wonderful application to consolidate information to be accessible through a mobile device via various touchpoints such as QR codes or digital signage displays. Thank you very much.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Hi, partly sharing a thought and partly kind of a question for Rob. My name is Peter Lawton. I work for Travelers Aid in Washington, D.C. I often think about the case of Yelp as like a technology application, like a sort of wayfinding thing that is heavily influenced by like a revenue generation model. And I wonder, as a customer experience sort of conversation topic, when we look at like digital wayfinding or information boards, I've had a few experiences where I kind of get the experience that I'm being sold something or that certain information is being highlighted over others. And I can imagine some airport revenue departments seeing these as revenue opportunities to layer in ads and things like that. So I just wondered your opinions on that and if we can keep information as a sort of neutral and wayfinding as a sort of neutral part.
The whole product is not geared towards advertising. It could be. I mean, you could add opportunities where, when someone scans a QR code, they would have to watch a small video or advertising before they actually get the service, but I don't think that's not the initial. That could be maybe down the road, as an option to maybe offset the cost of deploying the technology. But the core product is to really consolidate operations and provide support services to really assist the passengers as well as staff within the organization. But I can speak to the teleportivity as a possibility to add that to also prompt, and also suggest other services based upon the selection that there or the service that they're scanning from the QR code to maybe give alternative services within the airport as a first phase, because that would make sense based upon what information they're selecting. Maybe there's alternatives to that they can give them some additional information to help with, maybe assist with answering the question.
Technology, it knows us better than we know ourselves.
Hi, David with ATL, Guest Relations Manager. Just a quick question. I love all the text, but how seamlessly can they all integrate? Because I can see them all being used from one platform, but working together throughout.
I would guess from an IT perspective, since a lot of the technology is driven mobile-based, QR code-based, their technology can be easily integrated within the teleportivity application to enhance the robust feature set that's provided for them. So, because everything that's mobile-based is completely open-ended architecture, so it makes complete sense that, and that can be a collaboration with the airport partner that as services are existing within the airport today, or new services that they want to implement into it. Any one of our applications can be integrated to provide the services that teleportivity provides versus good maps and boomerang. It can all be integrated into one platform. From my perspective, I think that the most incredible mobile app experience for me that I've experienced so far is Heathrow. I mean, it's very engaging. It integrates the Bluetooth. I get constant reminders about the services that they provide. A lot of the applications that all three of us that we provide could be implemented into that. So that way, as a passenger walks into a terminal, they turn on Bluetooth, they're starting to get notifications of, here are all the services that we can provide to you to give you access to all the different services that are available in the airports, as well as the actual services that each one of our organizations provides as well. So it's an awesome open architecture platform for these types of services to be integrated, as well as support a lot of collaboration for additional new data services that get created down the road.
That's fantastic.